I'm walking back from school on a sunny day, and I'm thinking about a potential trip to Spain for 1 month. I was like, I would probably have to record with my phone on just one take. I wouldn't do any editing, I wouldn't have any cuts. I would have to record one take. And it got me thinking, your friends would probably get to know that you record on YouTube, because they don't know. They don't know that I record on YouTube. And this made me thinking, my girlfriend doesn't even know that I'm recording on YouTube. And I asked myself, why? Why doesn't she know? She wouldn't judge me for it. She would probably view it as wholesome and as an amazing thing. So why am I afraid of telling her? And I think it's because of my childhood. See, when I was young, it was like 10 years ago, my father would always tell me that I can be anybody I want to be, and he wouldn't judge me for it. So some time passes by, I come up to him, he's sitting on his bed, and I'm like, yo, I wanna be a carpenter. Being a carpenter seems so fun. He's like, you walk in a bar and say, 5 beers please? Showing just 3 fingers. Indicating that I would lose 2 fingers being a carpenter. And even though it was just a joke, even though it was a funny joke to that, but it made me sad. Like, I know that it's just a joke, but it made me sad back then. And it still, for these 10 years, after 10 years, it still affects me in some way, I think. It still is something like, I think it still affects me in some way. And it's one of the reasons, and probably the main reason, why I don't want to tell my girlfriend this. And anybody, pretty much. Because I'm afraid that somebody would give a reaction like this. It was a funny joke, yeah, I admit that. But it doesn't matter for that little kid. So that's why I must uncover even more traumas. Because they are just gonna be stuck in me, and I'm gonna act in accordance to them without knowing this. It's gonna be so deeply ingrained in me that I'm just gonna do something and I won't even know why. Like the same with not telling my girlfriend that I record on YouTube. She would view it as wholesome, like surely. So what am I afraid of? And the more I think of it, the less strength that childhood trauma has. I know that people have childhood traumas from very, very important things, but mine is stupid, and I admit that. It's just stupid, right? It's just a stupid joke. And it still holds some affection on me 10 years later. I must uncover more of these traumas, because I don't wanna be moved like this puppet by all my childhood traumas, and I have no reason to act like this. Supposedly. I have no reason to act like this. But there is something deeply ingrained in me that is making me do these moves that are not necessarily good. I wanna make a conscious and a smart decision, not be affected by all my background, and now it just forces me to do something. No. So I must uncover more of these traumas. And I think the best way is to sit in silence. Without any music, without any distractions, without any visual effects. Just sit in silence and look at and stare at the wall. I know that it sounds stupid, but I think there's something to it. Imagine if you sat in place and stared at a wall for 2 hours. Some things would start to creep up, wouldn't they? Some things would start to pop up in your brain, and instead of suppressing them, like we do all the time, like I do all the time, with listening to music, with watching something, like literally have no time in silence. But if for once in my life I did, if for once in my life I had time in silence, some things would start to pop up in my brain. And instead of suppressing them, I would just embrace them. I would think about them. And I would probably come up with some some memories that hold me back. Some memories would pop up and I would resolve more of these traumas. I would notice that, this situation is still holding me back. And I can take away power from it. The same way I did with this memory. Like, I didn't remember about this for years. And now it popped back in my head. And it made me realize that I act in accordance to some stupid childhood memory from 10 years ago. So I think I must sit more in silence. Don't distract myself from everything. Don't run away from any of my thoughts. And if some of them just pop up, amazing. Because this is gonna give me much more knowledge about myself. And about some things that still affect me till this day. Because I've been suppressing something for 10 fucking years. And now it's time to stop suppressing it. Now it's time to face it. To face the truth that something from that far away is still affecting me. And now I can work on it. Because if I didn't know that this memory affects me in some way, I would be like, nah, it just is. I just don't wanna tell her because it just is. I wouldn't think deeply about it. I would be like, okay, like, it's understandable, right? Maybe it is. But maybe it's something deeper. And in this case it was. So I think I'm just gonna have to spend more time just thinking. Just more time in silence, without any music, without anything. Just me and my thoughts. No distractions, no music, no anything. Because these things just suppress all the thoughts that would pop up, but some of these thoughts would be very beneficial for me. So I must stop suppressing them and just find them. Because they might be affecting me, and I might not even know it. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Like the video, found it helpful, and have a good day, dude.